Hello, my lovely Cancerians. How might you be today? It is already August. Therefore, it would only make sense that we are doing your August 2018 reading. We're going to start things off a little differently this time. We're going to move directly into your advice from your spirit guides. With the Peace Pipe card, they're really packing a punch with their message. Heal old wounds. Whether they come from past situations, past circumstances, or they come from people. Now's the time. You have to let them heal. A good bloodletting is only effective if you stop the bleeding before it's too late. Stop picking the scabs. It only creates a bigger scar. Anyone who has had acne knows this is the absolute truth. Whether it's forgiving yourself or someone else, it's necessary. You're being urged to allow that process to unfold, rather than carrying around those burdens or grudges. Free up your hands. You have blessings in your future that you need to be able to accept, that you need to be able to extend a hand out to receive. Transform that inner grievance into forgiveness. You know what it or whom is, so go, move, resolve, heal, forgive. Then we have Prayer Feather. I call this my Mother Teresa card. You know her quote about how people are often unreasonable and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. She goes on to say that in the final analysis, it is between you and God. It was never between you and them, anyway. Think of how easy it is to love a new puppy. You are at the pet store or the pound or wherever you're getting this new puppy from, and oh, just the cutest thing ever. Right up until they've chewed your most favorite pair of high heels into little crumbles that are scattered all across your floor. Right up until they've taken a shit in the very precise location that your feet land when you first step out of bed in the morning. That's when you have to decide just how much you're willing to allow and endure and still love them. Now is the time to love and be loved. Your guides are explaining that now is the perfect time to drop the petty bullshit and simply live your life. If you can step back from the drama and the chaos and pull your nose out of everybody else's business that has nothing to do with you, and simply focus on you and your blessings. See those feathers hanging from the tree? Imagine if there was a nice breeze. How they would just sway in the wind. It's kind of a peaceful, serene bit of imagery. It's a lot more peaceful than 20 people bitching about their lives and their amount of laundry and their spouses while on their lunch break. Choose the feathers swaying in the wind. Then we go across to your work, career, and finance. King of Swords. You and only you, Cancer, are able to give your power away. So whether there is someone in your career life who you would swear on your grandma's grave that they take lessons every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evenings just to learn and master every way possible to push your buttons. Or you need to stop thinking solely about how every outcome will affect you. Something's got to give. That's what this card is saying. He has got a sword in his hand for a reason, rather than a bunny sitting on his lap. It's time to cut away whatever it is that's tripping you up. This card is about checking in with yourself. What are your triggers? Why? Then we mosey down to the Nine of Pentacles. And again, they're saying be sure that your focus isn't solely on your material abundance, but be mindful of those around you. If you can help someone in your work life, do so. You know just as well as I do that it will always come back to you in greater stock. Always. No matter what area of your life that you are handing out that good karma, it's gonna boomerang right back to you, but multiplied to a greater abundance. We continue down to the Nine of Wands. The second nine, if you didn't notice. What is the source of this tension? Is there any part of it that you've contributed to? Have you allowed the most senseless things to get under your skin? Why does that coworker evoke in you such a need to prove yourself? Is there really a conflict? Or have you allowed yourself to be up in your head, in your thoughts? There's only one number after 9, and that is 10. 10 is completion. You're nearing the end. It's time to finish it off. Then we finish with a bang with the Ace of Pentacles. Now with the Nine of Wands, there is this uncertainty or lack of security. If you're offered a new job this month, take it. With these new responsibilities and a new outlook on your career life, it's very important that you resolve any ego-driven or insecurity-driven conflicts. You can say that a coworker doesn't intimidate you, or try to convince me until you're blue in the face that they are not someone that you are jealous of. But clearly, there is something about this coworker that is really bringing to the forefront an issue that you need to resolve within yourself. I'd probably start near the head, like in the thoughts department. overall, your guys' work, career, and finance, those are great cards. They really are. There is optimism in all of them. There is potential for great outcome in all of them. We're going to keep going with your love and romantic relationships. You guys got just gorgeous cards. Again, Dragonfly. The Dragonfly is like the mascot for team emotional strength and flexibility. There's the Dragonfly and the Hummingbird that are both able to fully embrace this flexibility when navigating life. They can fly up, down, sideways, backwards. It is your responsibility and your responsibility alone to live your true, authentic life. You see how the path along the winding river in the card is unknown. The destination is unknown. We can't see anything too far back. But there is a very bright and inviting light that is illuminating the way. You may not know where you're headed, but know that you are being divinely guided. Then you have the Money card. Though you've endured these struggles with money or lack thereof, join the club. There's always a way out. Now, before you get pissed and hit next, hear me out. You may need the power of the wolf that's in that card. You may need the wisdom of the owl that is also in that card. The transformational creativity of the butterfly. There's an abundance of butterflies in this card. Or you may simply need to trust in the flow of life, just as the river flows through this card. But nonetheless, there will be a way out. Let your internal fortitude be your guiding light to persist and rebuild all that you've lost along the way. I'm not here to say that money challenges are not legit, are not one of the strongest, most detrimental factors in many marriages and relationships. What I'm simply saying is, if you look at this card and if you step back, there really are options. And lastly, in your love and romantic relationship area, we have creative wonderment. Allowing your creativity to come out and show the world its abilities is almost like therapy to you. Utilize your skills. Follow your passion. Do the work necessary to grow your talents so that you allow them to overflow into all areas of your life. Your work can be a labor of love if you apply your heartfelt creativity and allow it to shine. You can leave a trail of roses or peonies or whatever flowers those are. Flowers brighten everyone's day. You have that ability within you. Then we climb up to the spirit animal for Cancerians for August 2018, and we have the whale. Many of you may know I'm from the Midwest, and You may also know that there are hunters around here in the Midwest. In fact, sometime middle of October, end of October, they begin to fly in from all over the world to hunt here. If you've ever seen how much planning and coordination goes into a hunt, you would understand how important, how imperative it is to have that ability to communicate with others without the use of words. Much the same for the pitcher and the catcher in baseball. The whales have created this encoded click language similar to Morse code. They use this form of communication when they're hunting the giant squid, which is what they feed off from. Animals of every kind have their own language, especially when it comes to mating. Like, hello, have you ever heard a cat in heat? Ermagerd. The whale reminds us that it's imperative to pair up with your tribe, with your people, with the ones who understand your soul, your soul's language, the people whose souls speak the same language and allow for you to come together for the great hunt, the great journey, your true authentic expedition called life. Fun fact, this whale card is found, the definition in the book is found on page 65. 6 plus 5 equals 11. We know how I love numerology. Everyone's heard of 1111. Which path are you going to choose? Now you're probably wondering where my affirmations deck is at, because it's normally such a good time. Well, you have so many of them that I decided not to lay them out. I decided to make it more of a story for you. So here we go, Cancer. Follow your heart. There's always a reward when you choose to follow the GPS within you. Even if you feel like that bitch has been saying recalculating route for the last 6 months, the last year, there will always be reward when you choose to follow your inner GPS. Manifestation. When we follow our heart's desire, we learn what it truly is that we want. We can then begin to manifest it. If you've never really followed your heart, how do you know what it is that you truly deep down desire? Self-love. When you've learned your true hopes, your true desires, you begin to understand yourself. When you truly understand who you are, you can truly love who you are. Patience. This process won't happen without some phases that will require patience. Learn to be patient with yourself and trust that all is just as it's meant to be. Everyone's a teacher. Along the way, there will be friends and there will be assholes. Whichever the case, they are all teachers. Some of the lessons are just a little bit more like trigonometry rather than home ec. They are all helping you to become the best version of you. Never stop learning along the way. Never deny yourself an opportunity to learn a lesson or gain a new perspective. And lastly, vitality. Throughout all of this, you are allowing your radiant love of life to fill you and transform you into the badass warrior that you have always been. That just took a little bit of a summer vacation, a little bit of an extended spring break and forgot to come back. You went and hunted that bitch down and said, "Hey, hi, I think I know where you are supposed to be right now." So not only are you healing those wounds from the past, but you are allowing abundance and love and happiness and maybe even a few people who want to help you. You're allowing all of that into your life. There's really no way that can be viewed as a negative. So I think August is going to be one of those months that you don't soon forget. I wish you guys all the very best. Thank you so much for all of your views last month. I can't even tell you how much it means to me. Sometimes it's maybe even a little bit hard to believe when I look at the numbers, like, wow. And your guys' comments, my Lanta. Thank you. That's all I can say is thank you. I will talk to you guys again soon.